Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Photoshop Elements Custom Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster. Wanted to know how to take this wonderful photo of mom and son on a couch. And it's kind of an older photo, so it probably needs a little bit of help. But what this poster wants is to get rid of these shadows in the back. They're so harsh, it makes the photo look degraded. So what we're going to do is basically make a copy of this layer and then cut out the background and then merge it underneath the new layer. So before we make a copy of the layer, let's try to fix the photo a little bit. We're going to come up here to Enhance, and the first one down is Auto Smart Fix. That does a lot of fixing from the very beginning without any other work involved. So let's go ahead and click that. And you see right off the bat, it really enhanced the photo, brought out the lightness that was desperately needed. It still has the shadows, but everything else is easier to see. So now that we have fixed that, let's go ahead and start trying to get rid of the shadow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click over here on the layer and choose Duplicate Layer. I'll hit OK. And it made a layer right on top of the original. Let's go ahead and turn off the original for now and work on this top layer. See, I'm toggling it on and off. So if the photo was newer, I could use the polygon tool and cut the portions out, but when you zoom in, you're going to see why I can't do that. Look how fuzzy these edges are. These lines and edges are so fuzzy because it's such an old photo that there's no definition of where the hair stops and the background starts. So in this case, we're going to use an eraser and come down here, and on the brush, the top ends of the brushes here are sharp edge brushes. As you scroll down, they turn softer with different point sizes. I'm going to go ahead and try this one at 0.27, and this looks a little bit big. I can just physically come down here and change that to something like 10 points, and that looks a lot better. So what I'm going to do is choose a portion to cut out that includes the shadows that I don't want, and I'll come up around the couch and then come all the way down here and cut out this whole background. That'll make it easier to smudge the shadows into the bottom layer, which will be the top layer afterwards. So let's go ahead and take the eraser and start up here. I'm going to go and start right on this portion here. I'm going to pick this line and I'll click it here. I'm going to hold Shift and click up here. When you have straight lines like that, it makes it a lot easier to do this kind of editing. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to come down a little bit, and now I can just kind of carefully hand draw along her hairline and just come on down like this. And if the brush is too tight, I can always make the brush a little bit bigger down here. But this is okay. I think this will look pretty good. Right around here like that. Come down to her neckline and draw this down here. Draw around her shirt edge. Come down to the couch edge. And now just carefully, since there's a bunch of straight lines here, I can click here, hold Shift, and click up here. Click, hold Shift, and click. Click, hold Shift, and click. Click, hold Shift, or I could just do it by hand carefully. And I want to make sure to try to stay as close to the couch as I can and not leave any of the background at all. Now as I get close to the edge of the couch here, I'll just go off the picture frame and boom, that's all there is. So now when you look at it, there's an eraser line that's erased along the edges that I don't want. Let's go ahead and cut all this out that we don't want on that top layer using the polygon tool. I'll come down here and have a choice of lasso or polygon. Lasso is kind of like a freehand drawing, but since this is not going to be very easy to do, what I'll do is I'll choose the polygon lasso, which will allow me to do a series of straight lines. So I'll start down here and go boom, go straight up, and I'm doing a line in between the portions that I want to keep and the portions that I erased. And make sure not to touch either side. Come up here to the end, come over here and double click, which closes the polygon tool. When I zoom out, you're going to see there's the marching ants that goes around the whole portion there. So when I hit delete, boom, that whole portion is gone. I can do Control D to deselect, and that's exactly what we wanted. So where is that missing background? Well, it's on the other copy of the layer that we made down here that we haven't used yet. So now I can turn it back on. I'm going to click this little line here, and that'll turn it back on. And look, it's right back where it started. I can toggle that back and forth. So what happens is the back layer includes the portion here that we had deleted from the front layer. So take the smudge brush and let's make the brush a soft brush, but let's make it bigger, like let's say 150 point. That's pretty nice and big. And watch what I'm going to do. I'm just literally smudging this bottom layer and it's disappearing behind the top layer. Get it? That's how easy this is. Then over here, I'm just going to go click, hold the shift down and click over here, and it just smudged everything behind the couch. It's that easy. Now, if you see lines here like smudge lines, I can always make the smudge brush bigger, like at a 350, come up here and just do a little bit of smudging like that, just to soften everything else up so that it matches what we smudged over there. And there we have it. Now I want to make the smudge brush a little bit smaller for this portion here. That's at 350. Let's try that at like 150. That looks pretty good. And this portion here, we're just going to smudge those back into the underneath the couch there. And that is pretty much all there is to it. So now that we got rid of all the shadows, this picture is looking really good. The only thing that's missing now is her face is looking kind of overly saturated and kind of dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these two layers. I'll right click on the top layer and choose merge down. And that made it into one new picture again. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing but just using her head. I'm going to right click again, duplicate the layer, turn off the back layer. Let's get rid of the head by using the eraser. And we don't have to be quite as tight with the tolerance here, because the bottom layer will show through afterwards. So I'm going to include her neck here and just go like this using the soft eraser. And that's all there is to it. I can like sit here and erase the rest of it, or I can take the polygon tool. In this case, I'll take the lasso tool because this one's easy to lasso around like this and then hit delete to delete the center. So now we got rid of her head and neck, but we really didn't, because guess what? Once again, like before, it's on the bottom layer. That bottom layer is showing through. So if I were to change that bottom layer, come up to your enhance, lighting, brightness and contrast, check this out. I can change the whole bottom layer without affecting any other part of the photo. Here's the brightness. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is just brighten it up a little bit. Bring the contrast down, which softens the face. Here's the before, after. Before, after. That looks really good. And now I just have to hit OK. And finally, because her face is so harsh, I'm going to go to Enhance, Color, Adjust Hue and Saturation. And now I can take this and take out all the color or bring the color in really harsh. And just kind of play around with this until it feels natural. I think right around here looks good. That's at -10. So it brought down the color so she doesn't look so harsh. I'll hit OK. And finally, once again, I'll take the Band-Aid brush and I can come in a little bit. And with a slightly bigger brush, I can smudge out some of these blemishes on her face. And there we have it. The whole photo has been lightened up. The shadows have been removed. Their faces are looking really good. And we've improved this photo. And that's it for this tutorial. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Rich calling it quits, saying over and out.